All right. Good morning, guys. So everyone able to see my screen, right? So before I start today's session, so let me make sure that I had uploaded yesterday's one. Did I upload yesterday's session, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And just a minute. Yes, August 6th session was uploaded and shared as private video, right? So as discussed, today would be the last day for this timing, in this timing. Okay. So today I will introduce JMeter and install Java and JMeter setup on your machine. So we'll do that, together. All right. And then from tomorrow onwards, as we discussed, the session timings will be 10:30 to 12. The current April batch was completed. Okay. So today we are going to have a conclusion session, last session for April 2024 batch. So, from tomorrow onwards, you can come for offline days. Those who are waiting for offline, so you can come for offline tomorrow, and we'll have both online and offline as usual. Okay. So, but please ping me on WhatsApp, who all want to come for offline. Okay. Please ping me separately or ping me in your WhatsApp group, guys. Please let me know the head count. Can you please do that for me? Is it clear, guys? From tomorrow onwards, timings will be 10:30 to 12. Okay. And we'll start scripting tomorrow only. So today we'll finish this, JMeter introduction and Java installation and JMeter setup. Clear, guys, or any queries? And for new joinees, I saw some new names today, like Sarath Naik. Sarath Naik. Okay. I think this is this your first session, Sarath?
Yes, sir. This is first session.
Sarath Naik.
Yes, sir.
This is the first session.
Yes.
Okay. Because we have another Sarath in the batch. That's why, I just want to confirm.
Okay. Just put it G initial. Yes, Naik. Okay.
All right. So let me give an introduction to JMeter now, right? So in the previous sessions, we discussed or we understood that we need a performance testing tool. We need a tool for doing performance testing, isn't it? So why is tool important, guys? Can't we do it manually? Can't we do performance testing manually? Yes, guys.
Load.
Mm-hmm.
Sir.
No.
Okay. So why can't we do that manually?
Sir, we cannot we cannot perform multiple user load times, sir. So
Right.
manually, so we can do single user.
Right. So if you want to do performance testing with hundreds or thousands or lakhs of users, definitely we need some tool. And that is where these, all these performance testing tools comes into picture, right? Manual load testing is next to impossible, isn't it? So you cannot coordinate thousands or lakhs of users, or you cannot, even though you are able to coordinate, it will be very difficult to collect the test results, isn't it? It will be very difficult to collect the test results, and achieving the test repeatability is also impossible, isn't it? If you want to say, we'll execute multiple tests, multiple rounds of testing, right? So which is not possible, without any performance testing tool. And that is where these PT tools comes into picture, like LoadRunner, JMeter, all these tools comes into picture. Now, how many tools are there? How many performance testing tools are there into the market? Let me quickly show you that. So LoadRunner and JMeter are the most popular tools for performance testing. So apart from that, you have a lot of other tools like NeoLoad, which is also another licensed tool. See, observe here, I had highlighted the prominent tools or important tools in the market. Okay. So first one is LoadRunner, which is a licensed tool. JMeter is an open source tool. That is the most popular open source tool. So apart from LoadRunner and JMeter, you know NeoLoad, there is a tool called NeoLoad, Tricent is NeoLoad, which is also a licensed tool. K6 is not so popular. Let me keep it in normal text. Other than this, we also have some other tools called WebLoad, Silk Performer, IBM RPT, right? IBM RPT is a tool developed by IBM itself for their performance testing. And by the way, IBM is having, 70 openings, guys, 70 performance testing openings to be filled in the next 2 months, in the next 2 months only. And we are sharing all the openings we are uploading whenever we get some bulk openings, we are uploading to our Insta page. So this is that, referral email or, that I got regarding IBM. So from one of our current batch students, let me show you that the actual message. Okay. So Anita is one of our previous batch student. Okay. And okay, it's not loading. So she shared that message. She's working in IBM, and these are bulk openings. They are having 70 openings, 70. Okay. And 50 are for Bangalore. 50 are for Bangalore and Mysore and Chennai, 20 positions, remaining 20 positions. Good thing is they are asking, or they are expecting, they are okay with 2 to 7 years experience. Usually, 3+, 4+ will be there. There will be more openings for 3+ or 4+. However, we have, in performance testing, we have openings for 2 years experience also. Okay. So main location is Bangalore. It seems in Bangalore, they are having around 50 openings currently, and Mysore and Chennai, 20 openings. And the main tool that they are looking is LoadRunner here, as you see here, right? LoadRunner mainly, JMeter and NeoLoad should have, these are optional. Got it, guys? Let me try to show that, the actual message, full message. So Insta, it is not allowing me to post more than this. That's why I could not post the complete message. So whenever we get bulk openings, I am sharing it to my Insta page. So if I get some, 3 or 4 openings, I am sharing it to only our students in the WhatsApp groups. Please follow our Insta page, guys. If you want, daily openings, not only performance testing, we are sharing. Let me quickly show you that. Okay. We are sharing, .NET openings, any referral openings that we come across. Okay. But most of the openings would be for performance testing. But still, if you come across any referral openings, for example, last week we got some referral openings on .NET in Adapts Hyderabad. So we shared it on our Insta page, right? And these are the visuals these are the pics of scripting contest that we conducted last month, in the month of July. In July, we started scripting contest. So every month we'll be conducting this scripting contest. And we invited, Rupesh Garg, who is the CEO of Frugal Testing. So this is Rupesh Garg and Bharti Garg. And they are, CEO and CTO of Frugal Testing. I mentioned it here, guys. So Rupesh Garg and Bharti Garg, founder and CEO of Frugal Testing Gachibowli. And this is their website. Okay. So you can see somewhere, like you will see their names are our founders. Yes. Right. This is. And we are planning to conduct, next scripting contest this month. Next after 10 days. Okay. And so last scripting test was conducted in our Amirpet Institute. This is our Amirpet Institute. All right. So, and the next scripting contest, we are planning to conduct the next scripting contest in Madhapur. So this is our Amirpet classroom, guys. Those who are interested or those who can come to classroom, please plan to come for classroom training. Okay, this is our Amirpet classroom. And the next scripting contest, we are planning it see, this is our Madhapur class conference room. Okay, basically this is our Madhapur training room or conference room. So we are planning to conduct next scripting contest in Madhapur, Capital Park. Let me show you the location. Okay. Jain Sadhguru Images Capital Park, Madhapur, which is adjacent to Rameswaram Cave. Rameswaram Cave is adjacent to this building, guys, actually. Got it? So this is that premises. Okay, this is that capital per case. So we are planning to conduct net scripting contest in this venue. Okay, and we will invite some other company CEOs or founders. All right. So how many today? We have 27 people. Any other new joinees, guys, apart from Sarath Nayak? And also some people are asking offline training in the morning batch, but we don't have enough strength basically right now. If we have enough strength, I am planning to start one batch in Madhapur in this venue. If we have at least 10 people. Okay. So we have around 3 to 4 people only now who opted for Madhapur classroom. But please refer any friends. If you have any friends or any colleagues who are looking for performance testing career, so you will get 5,000 as a referral amount if they come for classroom training, not for online. Okay. So you'll get up to 5,000 as referral amount if they come for classroom training, either Amirpet or Madhapur, and if they join both the tools. All right. Now let's get started, guys. So let me, let's go to JMeter introduction. So this is the slide deck for JMeter. By the way, this is our Amirpet classroom and Madhapur conference room, Madhapur training room. So let's have a quick introduction about JMeter. So as we discussed, JMeter is a popular open source tool for performance testing, right? So, So that's why I mentioned as in the first place. JMeter was designed by Stefano Mazzucci of Apache Software Foundation. Not so important, you need not remember, but JMeter was developed by Apache Software Foundation. What is this Apache Software Foundation is? You might have heard Apache HTTP, Apache Tomcat, etc., etc. So what is this Apache Software Foundation is? It is a community which develops open source tools. Apache Software is a software community, which develops some of open source tools like JMeter or Apache HTTP, Apache Tomcat, etc. There are Apache Kafka. There are a lot of tools that are developed by this Apache Software Foundation and contributed to the community or given as free tools for the software engineers to the software world. Right. So JMeter is also from the same Apache Software Foundation. That is why it is called as Apache JMeter. And it is the most popular load testing tool, open source load testing tool, right? With almost as many features as commercial tools. Almost, not completely, guys. So because licensed tools will have a lot of features. And with JMeter, you can record the test scripts. You can record the test scripts. Observe here, I had highlighted that word record, because the good thing with performance testing is, our good thing with JMeter is, we need not write any code from scratch. We can record the test scripts. Okay. And we run the large scale load test and view various performance metrics in easy to understand charts. And there is also an active community that makes it easy to find everything from plugins to answers to common questions. So Apache JMeter is the most popular open source tool. That is why you have lot of forums are there where like if you are stuck up with something, if you are blocked with something, you'll get a lot of help in the Google, right? Various forums and in Google search, a Stack Overflow and all. You'll have active community of users who are using JMeter. But if it is Gatling or Locust, or there are some other tools, like there are few other performance testing tools like Locust and Grinder and Gatling, as you see in this slide, right? Locust, Grinder, and Gatling are few other performance testing tools, but there will be very less number of users. And like if you are facing some issue, there will be limited resources, like to take some help. Okay. And even you will not find much articles or much post also on these tools, right? However, there are few more guys. The reason why there is a strong reason why I'm explaining this. So when you say that you have experience on JMeter, interviewer can ask you, what are the do you have any experience on Gatling, or do you have any experience in Locust? So you should not ask what is Locust, what is Gatling, isn't it? So I'll tell you some story which happened. I'll send you some tell you some real incident. So one guy who kept some experience in IBM, right? I heard this from one of my ex-manager. Okay. So one guy kept experience, claimed some fake experience, and he kept IBM in his profile. Okay. And he kept LoadRunner and JMeter, it seems. He mentioned LoadRunner and JMeter. Then our friend, one of my friend who is doing the interview asked him, do you have any experience? So seeing IBM, he asked like, do you have any experience in RPT? That guy asked, what is RPT? Right? He was working in IBM and he asked, what is RPT? Right? There he got cut. And that was the last question. It seems. That was the last question, it seems. Because, he understood that, this guy, see, he kept 4 years experience in IBM. And there is no chance that if someone is really working in IBM, definitely he might have heard this word at least about IBM RPT, isn't it? So RPT is a licensed tool, performance testing tool developed by IBM itself. So you can't say that, I don't know what is RPT, or he can't ask what is RPT. That's the reason, so we give all this information, all these insights. Okay. Understood, guys? Guys, are you able to follow or no?
Yes, yes.
So you need to know when you keep JMeter in your CV, when you want to keep JMeter in your CV, you need to know what are the other open source tools in the market as well, right? So that's the reason we had listed out all the other prominent or important open source tools. So Locust is an open source load testing tool that lets you define user behavior in Python. Locust is basically a tool based in or developed in Python. Okay, whereas JMeter is developed as a Java application, or JMeter is a Java application. Okay. Or JMeter is developed using Java language. Locust is developed using Python language. Clear, guys? And send millions of simultaneous users to your system with its beautiful user interface. You can see the key performance metrics, charts, failures, exceptions, and other information. Only drawback is it requires knowledge of Python programming language, right? Locust requires some basic knowledge only, right, of Python programming language. And there is another open source tool called Grinder, which is again a Java based load testing framework, and that uses Jython. Jython means Java plus Python. A Java implementation of Python is called as Jython. Okay. So Grinder is another performance testing tool, and there is another performance testing tool called Gatling. This is a developer focused load testing tool for web applications. Okay. So this is a developer focused, load testing tool for web applications. And it also has a commercial version called Frontline. Okay. You just remember these words, guys. JMeter you'll remember anyways, because we are going to spend the next 3 months, 2 to 3 months on JMeter, right? In the training. And apart from that, please remember these other open source tool names: Locust, Grinder, Gatling. That's it. You need not remember all this description and all. But Locust is a Python based tool. Remember that. Okay. If someone asks you, can you work on Locust? Right. So you need to know Python programming language for that if you want to work on it. Clear, guys? Any queries or shall I move to the next slide? We'll take a pause here. Any queries?
No, sir.
All right. So let me move to the next slide then. Okay. Now JMeter is the only open source tool that can be used for performance testing and functional testing as well. It can be used for both performance testing as well as functional testing. It is free of cost, right? And it is an open source tool with zero license cost. Now, what is meant by an open source tool? What exactly does the word open source means? Yes, guys.
Everyone can access easily.
Everyone can access easily. Can you please elaborate? Elaborate your answer. What is meant by an open source tool? This is, by the way, for new joinees, this is the class notes document for this batch, for this July 2024 batch. Okay. Open source tool means, yes. Can you please elaborate your answer, or anyone else?
But it is free of cost and requires no license. So anyone can use it.
Okay, that's it. Open source tool doesn't just mean that it is a free tool. Okay, it is a free tool, yes. But open source tool means source code is it. First of all, it is a free tool, right? Free tool, and also source code. Source code is available for anyone. Source code of that tool, of that tool is available for accessible for anyone. That means you can see the source code of that. You can see the code of internal code of JMeter. Okay. So how can you see that? If you ask me like, how can we see that source code of JMeter? So, let me go to JMeter official website, which is, jmeter.apache.org. And if you go there, this is the latest version of JMeter. 5.6.3 is the latest version. And it requires Java 8 plus because, as we discussed, JMeter is a Java application. JMeter is developed using Java language. Okay. And observe here, if you just want to use JMeter for your scripting purpose, you can use these binaries. You can download the tool from, can you, everyone go to this website, jmeter.apache.org and click on this, download this binaries file or zip file from the binaries section. Please do that, guys. It will take some time, 5 to 10 minutes, depending on your system and your internet speed. So please do that. Please download this zip file. This one. Under binaries section. Go to binaries and under binaries, download the tool, the zip file from the binaries section. Are you able to find this link? Once you go to jmeter.apache.org, go to download releases. Okay, click on the download releases page on the left side. You see under download, there is a link called download releases, isn't it? You should click on that link to download JMeter. And once you are on this page, under binaries, you can download JMeter from binaries section. And please download this zip file. Start that download, and while the download is in progress, we'll discuss we'll complete this introduction. I'll try to complete this introduction. Okay, and now observe here below binaries, there is something called source, right? So if you download this source file, you can see the source code of JMeter. You can see the Java code, written to develop that JMeter. The actual Java code can be seen here. So that is what open source tool means. Open source tools means not only it is a free tool, but the source code is available for anyone. You can customize the source code. You can, if you are good in Java programming, anyone who is good in Java programming can customize the tool because source code is available for them. Understood, guys? So that is what open source tool actually means, right? So JMeter is the only open source tool that can be used for performance testing and functional testing. And it is free of cost. It is an open source tool with zero license cost. And it is platform independent, right? What is meant by platform independence, or what is meant by platform independent or platform independence? Yes, guys.
It can run in any OS.
Right. So once you write or once you develop a Java the JMeter soft script, we can run the script on any platform, right? Or what is meant by platform independence here? It can run on any OS, right? It follows the famous paradigm called write once, run anywhere, right? Write once, run anywhere. This is a famous term used for Java basically because, Java is platform independent, right? So once you write a program, so we can run that program anywhere. So similarly, once you develop a JMeter script, we can run that script anywhere, right? See, you see here, why is Java write once and run anywhere? That is a famous paradigm with this Java programming language, right? In short, it is called as Vora. It's Java Vora. All right. And as JMeter is a Java application inherently, right? JMeter is also platform independent. JMeter is 100% Java application and hence works on any OS. You can run, you can install, or you can set up JMeter on any platform and you can run it from anywhere, or it works on any operating system, right? And then record and playback feature. JMeter provides record and playback with the drag and drop features, right? It provides record and playback. You can record the script, we need not write any code from scratch, but we can record and generate the script, right? Of course, we need to do some script enhancements. Okay, that doesn't mean that you just record and playback, simply playback. No. So we need to do some script enhancements. We need to do some modifications as per our requirement. Okay. And then JMeter supports distributed load testing. What is meant by distributed load testing means doing load testing with multiple machines is called as distributed load testing. We'll discuss that later in the coming up sessions. After 1 month, almost after 1 month, the next 1 month will be for scripting, will be spent on scripting. Right. So after completing scripting, once we go to test executions, there we will discuss what is distributed testing. What does that mean? So distributed testing means which uses multiple systems to execute any performance testing. That is called as distributed testing. We'll discuss in detail, and we'll do practical sessions on that. Okay, once we complete our scripting and once we start test executions. All right. So, but remember that JMeter supports distributed load testing, right? And then it is customizable. JMeter is open source, and hence developers can customize its source code. I already mentioned here, right? So as the source code is available for anyone, we can customize the source code. If you are good in Java, or anyone who is good in Java coding, they can customize its source code, and they can modify the tool as per their requirement, because JMeter is an open source tool. That is the actual meaning of a open source tool. And then multi-protocol support. It supports various protocols like HTTP, FTP, SOAP, JDBC, JMS, LDAP, etc. It can also be used for testing database performance. You can do also something called database performance testing with the help of JMeter, right? Of course, like any other tools, most of the other tools also support. Okay. And these are the different types of applications that can be tested with JMeter. Any website which is using HTTP and HTTPS, web services which use REST API and SOAP, database servers, you can do performance testing for database servers. You can test FTP servers, you can test LDAP servers, you can test mail servers like SMTP, POP3, IMAP, shell scripts, you can run shell scripts, and you can run TCP servers also. You can do performance testing on TCP servers also, it seems. But mostly in the training, we'll be focusing on these two and this one. So the main focus will be on these two. And then we'll have 2 sessions on database JDBC testing, or how to do performance testing for database servers. So we'll have an introduction session only on this. But the main focus will be on these protocols, are HTTP and HTTPS protocols, and REST API and so. Clear, guys? So we'll be focusing on mostly on this, the first two, because these are the most popular ones, are most prominent ones. All right. I'll take a pause here. Any queries? Okay. So let's move on to the next one. Yes, by the way, this is JMeter 2024 version. Okay. This is the latest PPT. This is the latest PPT, guys. I mean to say PPT. The PPT is the latest updated one. I keep on updating and adding the course contents. So for this, from this batch, from last batch, actually, we added mobile performance testing as well. Okay. How to generate a script for mobile apps. So that was added in this latest PPT. Okay. So V 2024 means version 2024. Okay. So previously we did not cover, mobile scripting or scripting on mobile apps. Okay. In the previous last year, or, previous versions of, our PPT or in the course curriculum. This is the older one, 2022 version. Any queries? So we'll
Sir,
be
will you share that PPT with us?
I will share the class notes document. I will share the whole content in the form of a class notes document. Okay. This whole content will be available in a Word document.
Okay.
So previously I used to share it, but some people are misusing it. They started, someone who is having 2 years, 3 years experience also, they started giving trainings, or they started selling this and all this. They are doing, our people are very good in misusing anything, right? Are abusing anything, right? Particularly our Telugu people. So we stopped sharing this PPT, and but however, I will be sharing all the content in the form of a Word document. All right. So what are the JMeter pros and cons, or what are the advantages and disadvantages of JMeter, right? I think we already discussed this. We just now completed it. Oh, sorry. Yes. So JMeter, as we discussed, right, it is a leading open source tool built in Java for load and performance testing. It is not a browser, although it simulates some of the browser behavior. You will understand once we start scripting, you will understand what is the meaning of this. Let me use Spotlight. Right? JMeter does not execute JavaScript, Ajax, CSS. We discussed what is JavaScript, what is CSS, and all in the last 2 weeks, right? What is CSS, guys? Surendra, what is CSS?
Cascading style sheet, sir.
CSS stands for cascading style sheets, but actually what is the purpose of a CSS file, or what does a CSS file code contains?
Design the front end pages.
Right. So it is used, CSS files are used to define the layout of the page, right? Or to define the layout or front end of the pages, web pages, isn't it? So, and JavaScript is used for, what is the main purpose of JavaScript?
Client-side validation.
Client-side validations. That is the main purpose. Of course, there are, like, say, suppose some websites will be having calendar, right? You might have come across this. Some websites contain calendar. So that calendar code will be written in JavaScript, right? There are a couple of other purposes also. So, however, the main purpose of JavaScript is to do client-side validations. Clear, guys? To do client-side validations. And CSS purpose is to use, to define the layout of the page. And what is this Ajax? What is this Ajax? See, let me tell you some example for Ajax. Okay. Ajax means, I'll tell you some relevant example which you can easily relate. Suppose there are some websites for cricket, right? Cricket score. Whenever there is a cricket match, you'll have some websites for cricket score. Can you give some name, guys? Crick Info, I think, right? This is one of the
Big bus.
Crick
Quick buzz.
Big
Bus.
bus.
Crick Bus.
ZZ.
BUZZ.
BUZZ.
Crick Bus. Okay. So suppose when you are, when you are watching these websites, when you have a match, right? So the score gets automatically updated. Only the score gets updated. The rest of the page will not, the whole page will not get refreshed, isn't it? The whole content, the whole page will not be refreshed. Only this score gets updated. And that code that, our Ajax is the reason for that. Or, those websites use Ajax for that to achieve that kind of functionality. Understood, guys? So that is the purpose of this Ajax. Okay. And now, so it does not execute that. JMeter does not execute JavaScript, Ajax, and CSS. It needs some additional settings to behave like a real browser, right? So we need to use something called Selenium WebDriver in JMeter if you want to achieve that, real browser. If you want to simulate a real browser, or if you want to execute JavaScript, Ajax, and CSS, we need to do some additional settings. We'll discuss that later, like how to achieve this and all. And what are the advantages of JMeter is it is open source as we discussed, and it is platform independent. That means once you suppose, in your office laptops will be Windows laptops, right? You will be given Windows 11 OS. You'll be given some laptops with Windows 11 OS. And suppose you develop a script on your office laptop, which is having Windows operating system. However, when you want to execute a test, right, you will be executing in Linux servers. The test machines will be Linux servers. Okay. And your scripts, JMeter scripts work seamlessly. Okay. The scripts developed in Windows operating system, they work in Linux without any changes, without any modifications. Because that is possible because, JMeter is a Java application. And Java is platform independent. Inherently, JMeter scripts are also platform independent. Understood or no? You will be executing the test in Linux boxes or Linux servers. Okay. Most of the companies use CentOS or Red Hat Enterprise Linux for executing the, your test servers or load generator machines will be they will be having Linux operating system. Okay. And the main operating system is Red Hat Enterprise Linux. There is something called RHEL, which is Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Or they will also use CentOS. CentOS has a free version. Okay, CentOS is a free Linux version. So here, for with Red Hat Enterprise Linux, you have both free version as well as enterprise version. Why are we discussing this is you will be running the test on Linux machines. You may be running the test, like Linux is having 40% market share. 40% of the server operating systems are running on Linux. Okay. 40%. 40% of the server operating systems are running on Linux. Okay. So as in the last 1 month, I I faced, or some people came and met me for counseling, and they mentioned like Rajsekhar, if I remember it correctly, Rajsekhar and Sonali, right? Sonali in this batch. So they told me that they are good with Linux commands also, right? And some Rajsekhar was from Java background. So these backgrounds are this Java background or Linux background will be added advantage for performance testing career, right? So if you are from Java background, or if you know some basic Java coding, right? Or if you know some Linux basic commands, you need not be expert, guys. No need of that, But if you know if you are having some basic knowledge, prior knowledge, or if you anyone learned SQL, right? Or from database background, performance testing, these will be added advantages for performance testing career. Okay. They will get, double packages or 50% more packages than someone who is not having Java knowledge, right? Java knowledge or Linux knowledge or SQL. That is the beauty of performance testing career. Even if you are good in .NET also, right? So, that will be helpful if you are testing .NET applications. If you are doing performance testing for .NET applications, the .NET basic knowledge in .NET will be helpful for that. Clear this? Or if someone is good in, if someone took training on cloud, like AWS or GCP, they will get double packages in performance testing, right? Or DevOps, even DevOps, right? So, if anyone took having some basic knowledge of DevOps or, trained in DevOps, that experience also will be useful for performance testing. And these people can get double or triple packages than someone who is not having that knowledge. Okay. 2x, you will get 2x to 3x kind of packages in performance testing. 2x to 3x means 2 to 3 times of a regular performance testing in it. Understood, guys? If someone is having, cloud experience or DevOps knowledge, cloud or DevOps knowledge, having that, knowledge is enough. Good knowledge is enough, right? But if you are having some Java knowledge or Linux or SQL or .NET, you will get, 1.5 to 2 times of packages, 1.5 to 2x packages, right? Than a regular performance engineer. Is my point clear, guys? Is it understood or no?
Yes, sir.
See, suppose for example, if 3 years experience, 10 lakhs is the average package for performance test engineers. For 3 years experience, 10 lakhs is the average package that our students got. Okay. 10 lakhs is the average package for performance test engineers. Now, if someone is having Java knowledge or Linux knowledge or SQL or .NET, they can expect like 15 to 20 lakhs. That's what I mean to say in performance testing, 15 to 20 lakhs package. And if someone is having, DevOps knowledge of DevOps or cloud experience, like cloud knowledge, or if you are trained in AWS or GCP or Azure, right? You can demand like, up to from 20 lakhs to 30 lakhs for 3 years experience, right? But this is possible if you go to, if you are able to crack an interview in a product based companies mostly. But even if you are able to crack interviews in a product based company, yes, you can expect like 20 to 30 lakhs package for 3 years experience only, for 3 years experience only. Okay. All right. Now coming back to this, any queries? All right. So let's move on to the slide. And now easy to enhance the features by simply adding a jar file. If you want some additional features to JMeter, so we can simply add a jar file and easy to enhance the features, and lightweight and easy to set up and upgrade, and flexibility. So these are some advantages of JMeter. And coming to limitations, there are some limitations or disadvantages of JMeter. Limited protocol support compared to licensed tools. JMeter supports, limited protocols compared to the licensed tools like LoadRunner. Now let me quickly show you that. Let me explain that. Okay. Because in interviews they will ask you, so if client asks you to suggest a performance testing tool, which one do you suggest and why? So you should be having some basic idea of all the tools, all the popular performance testing tools, right? And there are only 3 popular performance testing tools. So you should be having some basic knowledge of those. And now see, this is LoadRunner tool. LoadRunner is a license tool which supports 36 protocols almost. Let me show you that. Go to file, and if you go to protocol, right, observe here, these are the protocols supported by LoadRunner tool. What is a protocol, by the way? What is the meaning of a protocol?
Set of routes for
Protocol
Uh,
is-
communication between the
Communication
client
between
and
the
server.
server and client.
Right. So set of rules for communication between
and server.
server and the client. Right. So examples are, can you give some
HTTP, HTTPS,
HTTP,
HTTPS.
HTTPS, FTP, etc.,
TCP.
etc. Right. These are some examples of some protocols, right? So, and .NET protocols. See, .NET, I know, like it supports, LoadRunner supports .NET protocol as well. You see here, .NET Pro is one of the protocol, right? And then you have CV user protocol, Citrix protocol, SAP protocol, SAP GUI, Oracle protocol. These are the various protocols supported by LoadRunner. See, for example, for instance, like you have 6 protocols in each line or each column, and you have, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So LoadRunner supports 36 protocols, whereas JMeter supports 10 to 15 protocols, right? But why is JMeter so popular is, it is an open source tool. It is a free tool. LoadRunner license is very costly. LoadRunner is the most costliest performance testing tool in the market. Okay. This is the most costliest performance testing tool in the market, right? Whereas JMeter is absolutely free of cost. All right. So this is one limitation of JMeter. It has limited protocol support. Okay. And high in memory consumption. JMeter is high in memory consumption. Means it consumes, if you are running a test or if you are running a script in JMeter, it consumes more memory if it is a JMeter script. But if it is a LoadRunner script or neoload script, it doesn't consume that much memory. Means memory consumption means nothing but RAM consumption. Okay. Memory consumption means nothing but RAM consumption. Okay. Heap memory issue is common while running a distributed scenario on single machine. That is next disadvantage of JMeter. What is meant by heap memory? Heap memory is a Java concept, guys. So heap memory means amount of memory. We'll discuss about the heap architecture and all later on. But let me give a definition of heap memory. What is meant by a Java heap? Or else, let me write it down in this way, Java heap memory. Okay. This is the amount of memory allocated for a Java application. So heap memory means, Java heap memory means this is the amount of memory allocated for any Java application. See, for example, when you start JMeter, right? Let me start JMeter. In the JMeter console, you'll see that, like 1 GB of memory will be allocated for JMeter by default. Let the JMeter come up. Let me start JMeter. So this is called as JMeter console. Okay. So on the JMeter console, you'll see a message saying that, XMX1G and XMS1G. Let me show that. Okay. We'll discuss about that in detail later on. But, I want to show you that, that concept here, heap memory concept. I want to introduce that heap memory concept here. Observe here, heap is equal to XMS1G, XMX1G. What does that mean is, by default, 1 GB of memory will be allocated from your RAM for JMeter. Once you start JMeter, 1 GB of memory will be allocated from your total RAM. Okay. On my machine, I am having my RAM capacity is 16 GB here. As you see here, my RAM capacity is 16 GB as you see here, isn't it? This is the total capacity. Out of this 16 GB, 1 GB of memory will be allocated for JMeter by default. You can check that, once you start JMeter, if you go to processes in task manager, see, this is task manager window that I am showing now. Okay, let me do one thing. So this is task manager window. So can you please open task manager on your machine, guys, everyone? Can everyone please open task manager once on your machine? Right click on the task bar, bottom black color task bar, and select task manager. By default, it will be something like this. You will not see this by default. Can you please share your screen, one of you? Can one of you please share your screen? I'll stop my screen share for a moment.
Yes, sir.
How- Okay. Right. Surendra, can you please give me control of your system? I send a request. Yeah, thanks. Now, if you go to performance tab, observe here. Can you click on performance tab? I can't click it in remote control. Yeah, go to performance tab. And this machine is also having 16 GB memory. You see here memory, you see CPU and memory configuration, disk configuration here, isn't it? In the task manager performance tab, right? So can you click on CPU first? CPU, first one. Right. So see, I had explained this in the demo session, first demo session, guys. You remember that? This system is having i5 processor, 10th generation processor. This is the generation number, isn't it? I had explained all these details, and you should know for performance testing, you should know all these details, how to check your system configuration and all. Okay, this is an i5 processor, 10th generation i5 processor. Okay, and the base speed is 1.7 gigahertz. This indicates the CPU capacity. The higher it is, the faster your system will be, right? And now coming to memory, click on memory. Can you please click on memory? This system is having 16 GB RAM on your machine, right? This laptop, Surendra's laptop, is also having 16 GB RAM or 16 GB memory, out of which 7 GB, 7.5 GB is available, still available, or 8 GB is available, right? So please, those who missed the initial sessions, please go through the first 2 sessions on my YouTube channel. Okay, there I explained all these concepts. Okay, and these are important for performance testing. You need to know the system configuration and all this. For manual testing and automation testing, they don't require it, but you need to know these for performance testing. You need to know how to check your system configuration and all. I had covered these concepts in the first 2 demo sessions, guys. Let me quickly show that on my YouTube channel. Okay, those are available as public videos, guys. Or see, observe here. See, here I covered those. Know your computer, right? I did 2 sessions on those, July 9th and July 10th. I did 2 sessions on computer fundamentals. What is operating system? How to check your system configuration? What is meant by IP address, private IP, public IP? All these concepts were explained in the first, second and third demo session, basically. First one is a demo session where I explained about the training, and then July 9th, I explained about these computer fundamentals, July 9th and 10th. Right? So I gave the title as Know Your Computer, KYC or Know Your Computer. Of course, KYC means actually know your client, right? But as the letter is matching, I used that term here. All right. So you please, go through those, whenever you get some time, you can please go through them. Okay. Now coming back to this, JMeter is, high in memory consumption. That means it consumes more RAM compared to licensed tools. And heap memory issue is common when running a distributed scenario on a single machine. And with JMeter, we cannot run the test executions in GUI mode. What is GUI mode? See, this is called as GUI. GUI, where GUI stands for graphical user interface, right? GUI stands for graphical user interface. Okay. So this is JMeter GUI, right? This is JMeter GUI, graphical user interface of JMeter. So we can use this JMeter GUI for developing the scripts, but not for test executions. So that is a catch here, or that is one of the limitation. We cannot run load test executions with JMeter in GUI mode. We have to use non-GUI mode or command line interface mode. Okay, that is what it is mentioned here. Observe here. Don't use GUI mode for load testing. So GUI mode should be used only for test creation and test debugging. What does that mean is GUI mode, this JMeter GUI should be used only for test creation, means script development and script debugging the script, right? For load testing, use CLI mode or non-GUI mode. CLI means command line interface. Okay. CLI is the opposite of GUI. So where CLI stands for command line interface. Okay. So when you are doing test executions, we have to use CLI mode, right? And this is the command for executing a test in non-GUI mode. This is another one important interview question in JMeter. Interviewer will ask you, can you tell me, explain me the JMeter command to run a test in non-JM mode. We'll discuss this once after 1 month, we'll come again, we'll revisit this, or we will discuss about this in detail. And heap memory also I just explained. So heap means nothing but JMeter is a Java application, right? Java heap means nothing but amount of memory allocated for a Java application. And by default, as I mentioned here, okay, by default, 1 GB of memory will be allocated for JMeter. Out of your total RAM on your system, 1 GB of memory will be allocated for JMeter, right? Right now, if you see here right now, my JMeter is using, see, you'll see some program process with the name as Java basically. Let me show you that. Let me pull it up. Do you see Java anywhere? You should see that Java somewhere. Go to the top. Okay.
Third one from the top, third one.
Yes, here it is. Java platform SC binary. You see here, if you expand that, you see Apache JMeter 5.6.3 under that. See, right now it is using 352 MB. Out of the allocated 1 GB, it is using only 351 MB because, I did not open any script. I'm just running a open, empty JMeter, test plan, isn't it? I did not write any, or I did not add any script to this. That is why it is consuming only 350 MB or 354 MB right now. However, 1 GB of memory will be allocated for JMeter. Okay, that is what it means. Okay, that is what this statement means. Okay, XMS 1G and XMX 1G. Okay, we'll discuss that in detail later on afterwards. Okay, and now, so if you are not understanding, if you are unable to follow, nothing to worry, guys. We will revisit all these concepts in the once we complete scripting. I'll explain all these concepts again in detail. Okay, I am from Java development background, right? I started my career as a Java developer. So I will explain in detail about these Java concepts, basic Java concepts only. You need not learn Java coding for this. Okay, no need of Java coding for performance testing. Not mandatory. Not mandatory. Okay. But why they give more packages here is most of the applications, for if you know Java, I mentioned that, you'll get more packages. The reason is 70 to 80% of the applications that we do performance testing will be Java applications. That is the reason it will be added advantage for performance engineers if you have some basic Java knowledge. That doesn't mean that you should be good in Java coding. No, no need of any, let me write it down. No need of any Java programming knowledge. Okay, or Java coding. Not mandatory for performance testing career. Okay. All right. What is the time now? It's already 9:15. Okay, let me complete this slide and I will close the session for today. And it is a good tool for testing web applications only. JMeter is a good tool for testing web applications only, but not desktop applications. What is meant by desktop applications? We know web applications. What is a web application? What is a web application, by the way? Wait, let me ask
Wait.
Sanjeev. Sanjeev, please wait. Sanjeev, what is meant by a web application? Are you with us, Sanjeev? Sharad,
Sir,
what is a web application? Sanjeev.
software program to runs the web server, sir. Software program to
Okay,
that runs
understood.
on
Please
web
wait, please
server,
wait.
sir.
Okay,
Network
understood
tool.
your confusion. So web application here means any application that can be accessed from a web browser. Noted. For example, IRCTC is a web application, right? Okay, let me clarify that. See, web application means, in this context, web application means application accessible from a web browser. The application accessible from a web browser. Okay, so if there is an application which runs on mobile, that is called as a mobile app. We don't call it, see, application is a short form of app is a short form of application only. But if it is a mobile application, we call it as a mobile app. We don't call it as a mobile application, but rather than that, mobile app is the prominent word term used for mobile apps or mobile applications. Understood, guys? So web application means application accessible from a web browser. That is called as a web application here. Okay. And JMeter is a good tool for testing web applications, but not desktop applications. What is meant by a desktop application? Now the question is, what is meant by a desktop application?
Sure, like which is available within our system with which depends on our OS, like
Right. So desktop
like Word,
application means,
MS Word, MS Excel, or any other applications.
right. So desktop application means software that can be, or applications which should be installed on your desktop or on your machine, right? Like, Zoom meeting, for example. So Zoom meeting is a desktop application. I think everyone joined Zoom meeting through a Zoom meeting client only, right? Or did you join from a browser?
So I
See,
joined from browser, sir.
okay, you can join Zoom meeting from a browser as well. You go to zoom.us and then you enter the Zoom meeting ID. You click on join and enter the Zoom meeting ID. And without installing Zoom meeting on your system, you can join from a browser as well, right? Zoom meeting provides both web application and a desktop application. This is one way to join Zoom meeting. The other way is I had installed Zoom meeting on my desktop, on my laptop, sorry, on my laptop, and I joined Zoom meeting through that desktop application. This is a desktop application. Or MS Word and MS Microsoft Word or Excel. Those are desktop applications. Or like WhatsApp also. You can install WhatsApp on your machine, isn't it? See, I had opened WhatsApp in a browser here. Let me show you that. I'm using WhatsApp in a browser here. Now I am using WhatsApp as a browser application, web application. I can also join web. I can also use WhatsApp by installing WhatsApp. I am having that one also. Observe here. Let me show you that. I installed WhatsApp on my machine, and this is desktop application. This is called as a desktop application. Understood, guys? Whereas this is browser-based application or web application. Web.whatsapp.com is a web application. You can use WhatsApp in either way. Understood or no? Understood what is the difference between a web application and a desktop
Yes,
application
sir.
is,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
right? Even Zoom meeting also works as both web application as well as a desktop application. Now the point is JMeter is a good tool, best tool for testing web applications, but not a good tool for desktop applications. You can do that, you can also do that, but not a good tool for desktop applications. And dependency on Bean Shell and Perl for complex scripting. Depending on Bean Shell, if you want to write some custom coding, right, which is of course rare, right? But if you want to write some custom coding, we need to learn Bean Shell scripting. And Bean Shell is a Java like scripting language, guys. Again, what is Bean Shell? Bean Shell is a Java like scripting language. So we gave 3 sessions on Bean Shell scripting for the current batch. Let me show you the current batch tracker sheet, April batch tracker sheet. Okay, I did I had delivered 2 sessions on Bean Shell scripting in the last week. I will be covering this in the last week. Okay, you see here on 3rd August and 5th August. Okay, so and yesterday also. This is also on Bean Shell. So these 3 sessions are on Bean Shell, right? So I will cover this Bean Shell in the last 1 week. Okay. Because sometimes we may need to write some basic coding, and for that we use Bean Shell. And Bean Shell is Java like scripting language, right? And that is another reason why when you have Java knowledge, right, that will be useful, or that is another reason why these people will get these kind of packages, 1.5 to 2x kind of packages in performance testing if you have some basic Java knowledge, right? And then JMeter report is having less features which make analysis bit difficult. Okay, JMeter default report is very basic report which make analysis bit difficult, very difficult, not bit difficult, very difficult to do analysis. Okay, and no dedicated support team. As JMeter is an open source tool, if you are blocked with some issue or some tool issue, right, there will not be any support team. But for licensed tools like LoadRunner, if you are blocked with some issue, you can raise a ticket. You can go to help, and somewhere you will have an option to raise a ticket. Open text my support, right? You can click on that and you can raise a support ticket here. Not only LoadRunner, but NeoLoad, all these are licensed tools, and you will have an option to raise a support ticket with the technical team. Okay, and they will help you out. See, there is also something called help center options, open online and open locally. You can raise a support ticket and you can take some help from their technical support team, right? Whereas if you face some issue with JMeter, right, Not scripting, yes, you cannot ask scripting anyone, right? But if it is a tool issue, if there is some tool issue or recording issue, right? With JMeter, there is no dedicated support team because it is an open source tool. There is no one who is getting any license fees, isn't it? That is why you will not have any dedicated support team with any open source tool, not only with JMeter. These are some limitations of JMeter. So we'll stop it here for today. Tomorrow, for those who are already good in LoadRunner, so we'll have a quick comparison of LoadRunner and JMeter, right? And then we'll start, do you have, can we have 10 more minutes? I will complete at least Java's installation and JMeter setup. Let's complete that, guys. It doesn't take much time, right? If you are already having Java, if you are already having Java and JMeter, well and good. Otherwise, those who are not having Java, some people bought new laptops for attending this training, isn't it? So for them, first check, whether you have Java installed on your machine or not. Okay. So let us get started with JMeter and we'll stop the session for today. Okay, getting started with JMeter. So first to check if you have Java installed on your machine. Because as JMeter is a Java application, if you want to run JMeter or if you want to use JMeter on your machine, you need to have Java installed on your machine. And that is what this statement means. You see here, did everyone download the JMeter, guys, by clicking on this link?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once you download the zip file, can you please extract it? Start extracting it. Right click and do extract all. Okay. Extract the zip file. Can one of you please share your screen? I want someone from non-computers background to share your screen. Either Prasanna or guys, I already told you that I'll start, JMeter setup today. Right? You should have joined from your laptop. I hope everyone joined through your laptop only. Okay. Yesterday I told that I will be starting JMeter introduction today and I will set up JMeter on your machine. Right. So anyone from non-computers background, can you please share your screen? I'll show you how to check, how to install Java on your machine and how to set up JMeter on your machine. See, if someone is asking in Telegram group, I am in some Telegram group and someone is asking what is GUI mode and what is non-GUI mode. I just want to show you that conversation, right? So meanwhile, can you please extract that zip file? So once you extract, see, observe here, once you download JMeter, right? So once you download JMeter, this is a zip file that Surendra has downloaded and you need to extract it. How to extract that? So right click on the zip file. Okay, can you please give me control, Surendra? I'm sending a request to you. Yeah, I got it. Now, once you download the zip file, right click on that and use this option, extract all. Okay, use this option, extract all, and your one new folder will be created into which your JMeter will be extracted, right? And now, once you extract JMeter, once you uncompress the zip file, so let us start, JMeter first. Okay, let me try to start JMeter. How to start JMeter is, there are multiple ways to start JMeter. One way is to click on this jmeter.bat. Okay, double click on that jmeter.bat, right? Now, what is it saying here? Observe here, guys. Not able to find Java executable or version. Please check your Java installation. Error level 2. Press any key to continue. Okay. So basically, what is the meaning of that is, there is Java not installed on this machine. Java is not installed on this Surendra's machine. Okay. And how to check whether you have Java or not? Without running JMeter, there is a way to check if you have Java installed on or not on your machine. Open a command prompt for that. Can you please do this, everyone? Open a command prompt by typing CMD in the Windows search box. In the Windows search box, this is Windows search box, right? Type CMD to open a command prompt. To open a command prompt and type Java space hyphen version. Okay. If you get an output like this for this command, if you get an output like this, observe here. What is the output that you got? Java is not recognized as an internal or external command operable program or a batch file. That means Java is not installed on this machine. As simple as that. This is a simple way to check whether you have Java installed on your machine or not. Clear, guys?
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
Now let us install Java now. Okay. Open any of your favorite browser, open any browser on your machine. And yes, Surendra, can you do a Google search for Java? Open a new tab. Yeah. And download 64-bit Java. Type like this, download 64-bit Java. Yeah, 64-bit Java download. Yes, anything is fine. 64-bit Java download. Right. Go to any of those links. Go to the first link, java.com. Okay. Scroll down. Scroll down and you have something called, you see there, Windows Offline 64-bit. Observe here, you have something called, a link called Java 64, Windows Offline 64-bit. Yeah, click on that link. You see here, you can read the description here. After installing Java, you may need to restart your browser in order to enable Java in your browser. Right? This is about browser instructions. And these are the different Java downloadables available. If you are using a Mac OS, you can download, that Java from here, from the below link. Right? Yeah. Now you see that, one file got downloaded called JRE. JRE stands for Java Runtime Engine or Java Runtime Environment. Okay. And this is Java 8. Observe here, JRE 8 means Java 8, guys. 8 U421 means update. 8 is the major version. This is Java 8. And go to browser once, Surendra. Go to your browser once. So we need Java 8 plus to run JMeter, to use JMeter. Can you go to Apache JMeter website once? Previous tab. Mundu tab undi, you already have one tab open. You already have one tab open for JMeter. Yes. Scroll up. Scroll up. Yes. You see here, if you want to use this JMeter version, 5.6.3 version, you need Java 8 plus, requires Java 8 plus. 8 plus means we need 8 or higher version of Java. 8, 9, 10, 11, and so on. That is the meaning of this, guys. Right? We need to have Java 8 or higher version. That is what it means. Clear? Now, now run that Java download. You go to downloads folder and install that Java. Now go to downloads folder. This is JMeter folder. Go to downloads folder. Right. Double click the exe file to install Java on your machine. You will get a notification. You need to, it will ask like, do you want to allow this program to make changes to your computer? You need to click yes over there and now install. Doesn't take much time. It takes hardly 1 minute, less than a minute to install Java. Others doing this? Guys, please do this right away. Okay, please don't, ping me after the session and I cannot connect one-on-one because, I have some other batches running. Okay, so you have to do it in the session or else, you need to wait to move or you need to go through the recorded session and you need to complete it. Okay, so I cannot connect one-on-one thereafter. Right now it is saying that you have successfully installed Java. Right now, click on close button. You can close this window and now open a command prompt again. Open a new command prompt. You need to open a new command prompt. In the previous command prompt, if you type the same command, it will still show the same output. Okay. Now type the command Java space hyphen version. Enter, hit enter. And now see here, there is it is showing the Java version, right? Java version as 1.8, isn't it? So this indicates that Java is installed successfully on our machine. Now open JMeter. Now go to your bin folder. You can close this window, close this command prompt. We are done with this. Okay, now go to your JMeter bin folder. JMeter first one, yes. Now run that JMeter.bat now. Yes. Now it should launch JMeter on your machine like this in dark theme. By default, dark theme, it will be started in dark theme. Okay. You know what is a dark theme, right? Everyone knows what is a dark theme, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
It consumes less, charging on your laptop, and also it is lighter on your eyes, right? So that is dark theme. That is why dark theme is more popular nowadays everywhere. It is whether it is WhatsApp or Telegram or tools or or any most of the softwares are providing this dark theme option, isn't it? Now this is how your JMeter GUI looks like. So we'll stop it here, guys, for today. We'll continue tomorrow. Okay, this is JMeter GUI. Okay, and if you see there, it is showing the JMeter version as well, right? You see here, Apache JMeter 5.6.3. It is mentioned as Apache JMeter 5.6.3, which is showing the JMeter version. That is the latest version of JMeter. Okay, which is available for us. Got it? And that is the logo of JMeter. That feather, is the logo of JMeter. Red color feather is the logo of JMeter. All right. So, and we'll discuss about this JMeter GUI in detail tomorrow. I'll stop it here for today. We'll continue tomorrow, guys. Okay. Any queries, guys, before we close the session, today's session?
No, sir.
All right, then I'm stopping your screen share. Thanks, Surendra.
Sir,
Yes.
tomorrow it will be offline or online?
From tomorrow onwards, it will be offline.
Okay.
Both offline and online, right?
Both offline and online. Yes, yes.
Sir,
Sorry.
sir, from 10:30 to 12, right?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
10:30 to 12 will be the timings. Okay, as I had marked it here in the batch tracker sheet. Okay, and I shared this tracker sheet also to everyone who confirmed their joining. So like still, yes, I think I see only 11 people here, but around 20 people confirm their joining. They paid fees and confirm their joining. And others also, like, you need to confirm your joining. Some people, I still see some people without, joining without paying fees or confirming their joining, right? Which I can't allow from tomorrow onwards.
Sir, can you share this with me?
Tracker sheet. Yes, I'll share the batch tracker sheet. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll start scripting tomorrow, guys.
Okay,
Tomorrow
sir.
we'll see how to record a script with JMeter and we'll start scripting. Okay. And the timings will be 10:30 to 12. It will be both offline and online from tomorrow onwards. All right. And offline, by the way, this is the venue. This is the venue for offline training. Okay. So I think I have the address here. Okay, let me update the address here. So our institute is adjacent to Amirpet metro station, guys. If anyone is coming, from long distance, right? So you can use metro facility. Only for metro, we took the classroom over there. Only for metro facility, guys. It is adjacent to Amirpet metro station. Okay. The moment you step down, you come down from the staircase of Amirpet metro station, our building entrance will be there. That much adjacent. Understood, guys?
Sir.
And even our, Madhapur office also, training room, our office also is adjacent to Cyber House metro station. So this is our classroom venue, guys. Let me show you it in the Google Maps. Okay. So you can search for Vasavi MPM Grand, right? So this is the building, guys, in which we are running our institute, classroom training institute. Okay. This is the building, and this is the metro station. You see, you zoom in, like, this is the metro station stairs, actually, metro pillar over there. This is quite adjacent to Amirpet metro station. Okay. All right, then I'll stop it here for today, guys. We'll continue tomorrow. Let me pass recording first. Any queries before we close today's session? Yes.
Complete how many months it will take, sir, for this completion of this JMeter?
Scripting, the next 1 month will be for scripting. So September till September 10th, mostly it will be scripting. And then, like, from 10th onwards, so September 10th onwards, we'll start test executions. Okay. So it will take around, like, end of September, it will be completed by end of September.
The complete JMeter.
Yes.
Sir, so the scripting
JMeter, see JMeter, BlazeMeter, we are covering JMeter, BlazeMeter monitoring and analysis tools also. Including that, it will be is end of September.
Okay. Okay.
Approximately, 1 or 2 weeks plus or minus one. It won't be minus definitely. It may get extended by 1 or 2 weeks. Okay, but
Sir.
mostly it will be completed by end of September. Yes.
Yes, sir. So
Because I'm
scripting means
asking, actually, I'm asking, April batch is started. For April batches, the completion of this month, right? Almost
Yes.
4 months, I think.
No, not 4 months. Actually, it was started on April 20th, end of April.
Okay, April 28th. Okay.
Yes, it was started on April 20th, as you see here. Okay. So, the reason why this batch got extended is we have like around 30 plus people in this batch. That is one reason. And another reason is like we added, some additional concepts for this batch, like mobile performance testing was added in this batch. Okay. And some sessions, got extended because of some issues with some tools, right? So there are some sessions which I had to skip, right? And we are also, we added scripting contest in this batch from this batch onwards. Okay. And a script review. So we spent some around 10 hours for script review, as you see here. So for script review, 2 hours was spent on Thursday, and then again 2 hours on Sunday, and then Saturday 1 hour, and Sunday again 2 hours. That's the reason this batch got extended for script review. And we got election holidays, right? Election holidays and some, of course, holidays, you'll get some or other holidays in every batch. But this is the reason why, because of the scripting contest and script review, this batch got extended till now. Okay. And also, I mentioned it will be plus or minus. It may be extended by 1 or 2 weeks. That is what I said, right? For you also.
లేదు ఆన్ చేస్తున్నా చూడు.
All right, guys, I'm closing the session. Any other queries?
yes, sir. For us also, you will cover mobile app testing, right?
For your batch also, we'll do mobile performance testing. But
Yeah.
what I will do is the script review, we'll move it on. We'll do it on Sundays or Saturdays. We'll do it on Saturdays mostly. Okay.
Okay, sir.
But on weekdays, I will not do that. Last batch, I had to do that because weekdays, we planned something else. So that's why I had to do script review on weekdays. But for your batch, I will do it only on Saturdays. Okay. So that we can complete it faster. Any other queries, guys? And also, this is the first batch where we introduced mobile testing. Okay. So that is another reason. And also I had covered, latest versions of InfluxDB. That is another reason. So I had covered latest versions of these monitoring tools, where we had some challenges. So that is another reason. And also I covered Naukri profile and LinkedIn profile also in this regular sessions. So we'll skip, we'll do this after the completing the batch from next one. If we do this after the batch is completed, then obviously, it will be completed faster. You see here, I took one session on Naukri profile, how to create a proper Naukri profile and LinkedIn profile, right? Because of all these, it got extended. Otherwise, it was started on, by the way, it was started on 20th April, not in the beginning of April. You got it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And actual sessions were started on 22nd April. You see here, Saturday demo session happened. Actual sessions were started on 22nd April. Any other queries? Okay. If you don't have any other queries, I'll stop it here for today, guys. Let me update your batch tracker sheet. So this is your batch tracker sheet, right? So today it went up to 9:45. Right. Tomorrow also we'll be having 1.5 hour session. That's what I told, right? Once we start the tool, we'll be having 1 to 1.5 hour session. That's why we blocked this slot for this batch. 10:30 to 12 is would be the regular timings for this batch. So minimum 1 hour session will be there. Sometimes it will get extended, and mostly it will be extended by like 15 minutes or 20 minutes like that. Right. So this is the slot that we reserved for this batch. Tomorrow also we'll be having. Once I complete the session, I will update the duration. Okay. All right, guys, I'm closing the meeting. And those who did not get this playlist URL, so please ping me for that playlist URL. Okay. And please make sure that you are added to the WhatsApp group and Google Classroom also. We have a separate Google Classroom for each batch. Those who paid fees and confirm their joining, please make sure that you are added to your batch Google Classroom and WhatsApp group and the recorded sessions, etc. Okay, and prepare well, and so that you need not beg others for support, and these kind of begging need not to be done later on once you get a job, right? So those who confirm, by the way, some people did not accept the invite yet. Durga Devi, do we have Durga now?
Yes, sir. I have accepted the invite, sir, but class is not shown for me.
No. If you accept the invite, definitely your name will be shown in bold like this. Okay. The
Yeah,
grayed
I'll be
out
given
ones are
join
the,
class. Yeah.
and Sarath, Siva, and Prashanti also did not accept the invited. Okay. And by the way, guys, if you don't want to work on the scripts, those who accepted the Google Classroom invite must and should work on the scripts and share to me for review. We have a separate Gmail ID which we will share for sharing your scripts. Or this batch we did one more thing, guys. Why this batch got April batch got delayed is we used GitHub for uploading the scripts. I asked them to upload the scripts to GitHub. So I had to cover GitHub also in this batch, right? And this is the first time that that we reintroduced GitHub. Previously also we did so for some batches, but this is another 1 or 2 sessions went for this GitHub for explaining what is GitHub, how to upload the scripts to GitHub. That was also another reason for
Sir, we'll do same for this batch also, sir.
you can see here we created GitHub accounts for everyone. Yes, we'll do that for this batch also. So you can see here, I made them create a GitHub accounts for everyone, and that is one more. I took around half an hour for that alone. Okay. And this batch went almost for 1 or 3 hours. You can see here the total duration for April 2024 batch went up to 1 or 3 hours, but it will be minimum 80 hours for any batch. The 80 would be the minimum number of hours. All right. All right, guys, it's already, we are on top of the hour. We almost crossed 1.5 hours also. I'm stopping the session for today. Please wait, guys. So before you leave, so please follow our Insta page where we are uploading the openings, performance testing latest openings. We are uploading almost on a daily basis. Okay. We are sharing some referral openings and updates on the new batches and all. So I'm sharing some referral openings like this, right? Referral openings and openings collected from various sources. Okay. Follow our Insta page. You can search for MGM IT Training on Instagram.com, right? And subscribe and turn on all notifications on my YouTube channel. And the important thing is, please save my WhatsApp number. Some people inquired in June, but they did not save my WhatsApp number and they missed all the updates and they missed all the sessions. Okay. I don't want to mention the names, but they inquired in June first week. And I'm sending updates from them daily. But as they did not save my WhatsApp number, they did not get any updates about the demo sessions. Right. So please save my WhatsApp number. This is my WhatsApp number. So this is our yes.
సార్ ఎప్పుడు కనెక్ట్ అవుతారు సార్ అంటే రేపటి నుంచి స్క్రిప్టింగ్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది కదా
Please
సార్
wait. Let me stop recording and please wait. Okay, this is my WhatsApp number. Okay. So please save this WhatsApp number.